Hey guys, so funny enough, we actually have another sort of ocean themed project for this week. So what we're going to do this week is we are going to draw some koi fish. If you don't know what koi fish are, that's okay. They look kind of like big goldfish, or at least they're kind of colored like big goldfish. They're big and they're usually orange and sometimes yellowish, but they're usually like orangey goldy color, like a goldfish. But when you look at them from above, their bodies are kind of shaped like teardrops. So that's what we're going to start with when we draw these koi fish. We're going to draw 2 teardrops. And what you'll need for this project is you will need either watercolor. Watercolor would be preferred, but if you don't have watercolor, you can use whatever else you use to color. Markers, colored pencils, crayons, whatever. And then you'll also need either oil pastels or crayons. And I think all of you have one or the other of those, either oil pastels or crayons. So with that, we are going to take either the crayon or the oil pastel, and we are going to draw. And then we are going to color everything in with watercolors, or at least that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start with that drawing. And I'm going to draw 2 teardrops. So I'm drawing a smaller teardrop right here, and that's pretty small on my paper. And then I'm drawing a much larger teardrop right here. Right? So I've got these 2 teardrops. And the next thing I'm going to add are the fins of the tail. So I'm drawing curved lines coming off the top of my teardrop right here for the fins. I'm going to move this down actually a little bit. And then I'm going to pull these lines back down to the body. So I'm going to do this on both of these little teardrops that I've made. And those are going to be the fins of my koi fish, right? And then after that, I'm going to add some little fins on the side. Now, side fins are a lot smaller than the big fins at the end. So I'm just doing, they're almost like small little teardrops on the side. And then the next step that we have is we're going to draw a straight line in the middle of our koi fish. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a wavy line. And we learned a little bit about wavy lines in our last lesson, and I think some of our live lessons. So I'm going to draw a wavy line. And those are going to be the fins that are on the top of our koi fish's body. So now we have most of the koi fish's body together, but we still need to do some things. Like I would like to draw the koi fish's eyes. So we're going to do that. Now I've got an orange oil pastel here, and I also have this black oil pastel. So I'm going to go in here and draw sort of partial circles at the end of my koi fish's body. Then I'm going to take my black oil pastel right here. And now my koi fish has some eyes, which is always nice to have, I think, personally. So now we have that. We have our 2 koi fish, but I'd still like to do some little decorations around, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to take out my green oil pastels. I have some green oil pastels in here. And I'm going to draw some more wavy lines. You can draw just one of these, or you can draw two. Drawing some wavy lines. And then I'm going to draw some little leaf shapes on these wavy lines. And funny enough, these leaf shapes are pretty similar to the shape of our koi fish's body, right? I think so. So I'm adding some nice leaf shapes in here to kind of spice up my drawing a little bit, right? Add some fun detail in there. So you can do this if you like. I think it's a good idea. That makes it look a little nicer. Maybe I'll do a little swirl here. And then, let's see. I might draw some spots on my koi fish, because sometimes they have yellow spots. And these are just circles. Draw and color them in. And lastly, I'm going to take my white oil pastel, and you might not be able to see this when I do it, but I'm going to draw some little circles around on my paper. And these are just regular old circles. I'm not filling them in or anything. But these circles are going to end up being bubbles in the water. And when we put on the oil pastel or the watercolor will not cover the oil pastel. So it'll look pretty neat. I'm excited about that. So now I've got all that done. And what I'd like to do next is to start watercoloring my piece in. So it's going to be pretty basic. I'm going to do orange for my fish. I am going to do blue for the water. And I'm going to do green for any leaves that I have to fill in. I might add some more details to my fish if I want. I could draw some little lines on the fins. Yeah, and with that, I'm pretty much ready to get started with my watercolor. So I think for my watercolor, I'm just going to show you with a time lapse, so my video doesn't take too long. But make sure you color this in really nicely. Try to color the background and the fish. And good luck. I'll see you in just a second after I finish this time lapse. Hey guys, so I'm done with my time lapse. I finished this koi painting and I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. I think it looks nice. You can see how the oil pastel shows through the paint, which I think looks really cool. And if you press hard enough with the crayon, it'll do the exact same thing. It'll show through and it gives you nice lines to color in with the paint. So give that a shot. I had a really good time painting it, and I think you will too. So I can't wait to see these paintings when they're all done, and I will see them soon, and I will see you soon. Bye guys.